Hi everyone. This video is a demonstration of the execStopper utility introduced in a Boomiverse article named How to Cancel a Process Execution from the Command Line. You will need to find that article in the Boomiverse site to get the Java source code for this utility. First, I'll show you how to copy and save that code. Then I'll demonstrate how to compile the source code from that article. Then we will run an example process and demonstrate how to run the execStopper utility from the command line. The first thing I need to do is save the source code to a local file named execStopper.java. This name is specific, and it must match the class name given in the source code. We'll copy the source code and save it with a text editor, not Microsoft Word or Google Docs. The file must not have any formatting in it because this is Java code. Here is the article in my browser. I'll scroll down to the source code, which I have already selected, and I'll copy that to the clipboard and then switch to my terminal window. I'm connected by SSH to my runtime server hosted on AWS. My present working directory is the installation location of the basic runtime. For this demonstration, I will use the VI editor that is pretty common on Linux. I'll type VI execStopper.java. That creates a new file and opens the editor. I press the I key to get to insert mode and then paste. After that, I press escape to get out of insert mode and then press colon to get to the command line or command prompt in the VI editor. I type W, Q, and an exclamation point. When I press enter, it writes the file and quits the editor. Now I have saved the Java source code. I will need to compile that file to a class. To do that, I must check that I have Java available in my current working directory. I do that with this command, java-version. Typing that gives me this result, command Java not found, but can be installed with, and some options. I know that I have Java already installed, and I would rather use that than install a new version of it. All I really need to do here is to use the path to the Java that I know is already there. I can easily find the path to my runtime's Java home folder from the startup properties in Runtime Management. So I will use that relative path here. That's .jre-a. I can easily find the path to my runtime's Java home folder from the startup properties in Runtime Management. So I will use that relative path here. That's .jre-a, and I need the bin folder, java-version. When I run that, I get the version information. I can see that I am running the OpenJDK from Corretto, and I know that's the version that runs my basic runtime. I also want to test that I have the Java compiler installed, so we do the same, jre-a bin. This time we use Java C. That's the compiler. And I'll use -version again, and I see that I also get the version information for the Java compiler. Now we'll compile the execStopper Java code into a class with this command. -jre-a bin Java C, and the name of the file we want to compile. execStopper.java. When I run that, it creates a file named execStopper.class. Now I can test that by using the Java command. JRE-A bin Java. And this time we don't put in the .class file extension. And I get the usage information from the execStopper class. This reminds me that there are 3 arguments that I need to provide. The first is the process ID for my currently running basic runtime. The second is the ID of the execution that I want to cancel. And the third is the reason that I want to appear in process reporting. Now let's see how the execStopper utility works. First, I will get the process ID from my currently running basic runtime using ps-ef bar grep Java. I see that my process ID is 30646. Now I will run an example process that would normally take about 2 minutes to complete. Instead, I will get the execution ID from process reporting and use the execStopper to cancel that execution. So we're going to click Execute Process and select my runtime. Here's my example process. And we'll wait a moment for process reporting to show that that process is in a pending state. There it is. From the extended information, I can copy the execution ID. And now we'll type execStopper 30646 was my process ID. I paste in the execution ID, and the reason I want is canceled by the execStopper utility. When I press enter, I can see that the execStopper utility returned execution canceled true. That means that it was able to find the process execution and cancel it. Now if we go back to process reporting and refresh, we see the error message shows the string that we put in for the reason. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.